Hi everybody, Rechief here, and welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path, episodes 1 through 5 beta. When we last left off, Lang had some questions for John Marsh. Let's see what he wants to ask him. John kind of left a while ago. Guess he's not asking him anything. What? Let's go after him. Alright, back to the Grand Tower. Let's go.
Tch, where'd he run off to?
He might have just went back home. That's right. I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to get any filming done today.
Or he may have run away.
Aren't you just overthinking things? He's still a child. I can't imagine that he could have murdered the president by himself.
Who said he was alone? Maybe that monster helped him. That boy can summon a monster to his aid, right?
Very funny.
I'm not saying that kid's definitely the culprit. But right now, he's the most prominent witness we have, so we'll need to find that brat. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth!
Ah, Gummy! He ran away. What is the detective doing?
It doesn't matter. It's not like I can rely on this country's police anyways.
Agent Lang, do you intend to continue investigating by yourself?
Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that?
Didn't you always have a small army of subordinates with you before?
That's right. But you know, being a lone wolf isn't all that bad. You don't have to worry about your subordinates or partners. All you need are your fangs. Simple, right?
Subordinates and partners.
Well then, I'll be seeing you two.
Things are getting interesting. I reckon I'm about to get real busy myself. After all, I got me a pair of monsters to hunt. I'm definitely getting my hands on this scoop. Things have gotten pretty crazy, haven't they? Indeed. There's the footprints of Muzilla, and now the shadow of Gordy. It's almost exactly like the movie. How about we go monster hunting too? Well, isn't that... Ooh, who's this? Isn't that one of Lang's men? Oh, okay. He's one of Agent Lang's subordinates. We met him during another case. Excuse me.
Oh, Prosecutor Edgeworth. It has been a while.
Shouldn't you be following Mr. Lang?
Agent Lang, Shifu, is no longer my boss.
What exactly happened?
Do you remember the incident from 1 month ago?
The Yatagaras incident we had been involved with.
Agent Lang made a major mistake back then. He almost aided and abetted a dangerous criminal.
Certainly, it had come quite close to that at the time.
Shifu took responsibility for what happened, and our team was disbanded.
Disbanded? So that's what Agent Lang was talking about when he said he'd become a lone wolf. Then, why are you here?
Well, I was a little worried about Shifu. It seems that even now he's still chasing after them. The ghosts of 12 years past.
Ghosts of 12 years past? Just what are you?
I'm sorry. I've already said too much. If you'll excuse me.
These ghosts Agent Lang is chasing after. Do they also have something to do with this case? Looks like everyone's left now. So, what do we do now? Well, Miss Hart is going after the monsters, and Agent Lang is going after John. We should also try approaching this case from a different angle. What angle would that be? We should listen to what Judge Courtney has to say. Ah, that's right. If I'm not mistaken, Miss Courtney is... Well then, I shall take my leave here. I will be presiding over Patricia Rowland's trial. She said that she had a trial coming up.
Indeed. Let's head to the courthouse as well.
Okay. She's like a Pokemon. She just says her own name. To be continued at this very second. Let's keep going. Let's see what we got. Let's go for the gold. Let's go for... Oh, hey, we're actually in a courtroom. I mean, that makes sense, but it's kind of cool to see Judge Courtney up there. Court is now in session. Is the defense ready? Of course, Your Honor. We can begin whenever you want. The prosecution has been ready from the start, Your Honor. Jill Crane, the attorney in charge of the defense, has passed on from this world. Furthermore, Sebastian de Best, the prosecutor in charge, has disappeared. And so, Franziska and Mr. Shields have taken over their duties. Before we begin, I would like to apologize for the delay of today's trial. As the crime took place in the prison, a place where justice is normally administered, and the defendant was the warden of the prison, further exacerbating the situation, additional time was specially arranged to investigate and prepare for the trial. In addition, the defense attorney in charge of the case, Jill Crane, has recently passed away. Due to these circumstances, the trial was further delayed. Mr. Shields, Ms. Von Karma, at this time I'd like to give you my gratitude for taking up the responsibility on short notice. I guess this is the last job Courtney Pie's friend left behind for us, huh? Well, Uncle Ray's more than happy to help out. Although having said that, I only had enough time to skim through the case files. Are you okay on your end, Franny Pie? What kind of prosecutor abandons his own case and vanishes without a trace? I won't allow any more delays in this trial while we wait for that foolish man to return. I have received the evidence just now. There should be no problem continuing the trial. You have my thanks. And with that, I hereby call the defendant, Patricia Rowland, to the stand. Hey, it's Patricia again. I haven't seen her for years, even though Edgeworth hasn't seen her for days. Now then, will the prosecution please give their opening statement? Very well, Your Honor. The defendant... Please wait, Your Honor. What is it? Well, there's something I'd like you to fill me in on. Just what exactly am I doing in a place like this? Then perhaps you would do well to listen to the opening statement. So if I listen to it, I'll get it, Okay then, let's hear it. That was the plan from the start. Now if you would kindly shut up and listen. The incident occurred in the detention center and the prison warden Rowland is in charge of. The victim is Horace Knightley, who was being held in the detention center. The prosecution is certain that this woman here is the culprit. This knife, the murder weapon, is the decisive Miss Von Karma, is something wrong? That's impossible. The evidence is... What's wrong with the evidence, Franny Pie? What's wrong with the evidence, Franny Pie? That's better. The evidence... The knife's gone. The chisel with Dogan's bell attached to it is missing too. What? That classic grainy audience sound. Order. Order. Prosecutor Von Karma, what is the meaning of this? I don't understand it either, Your Honor. If there's no evidence, then I suppose there's not much reason for me to be here. Some prosecutor can't even hold on to one little piece of evidence. What a dunce. I only received everything that the previous prosecutor had. Ah. It appears the culprit is that pampered prosecutor, the boy Blunder. Hey, Courtney Pie. What is it? Your Honor, considering our predicament, what say we postpone the trial until later?
Overruled!
The defense's proposal is overruled. Huh? Courtney Pie. I know, right? It'd be troubling for me if this trial were to be delayed any further. I just want everyone to know that I'm innocent as soon as possible.
Objection!
Innocent? I've had more than enough of your foolish. And besides, you don't have any evidence, right? I recalled a certain saying. In court, evidence is everything, wasn't it? Since there's no evidence, that would make me innocent. Isn't that right, Your Honor? Excuse me. That is correct. Ugh. What? The prosecution has not produced sufficient evidence to prove the defendant guilty. As such, I hereby find the defendant, Patricia Rowland.
Objection!
Hold your horses, Courtney Pie. You can't just declare her innocent all of a sudden. Is something the matter? For the defense to object to a not guilty verdict? Well, I mean, even you must know that the warden over there is guilty, right? What the fuck kind of a defense attorney are you? Ah, boy. You were there with us when we found the murder weapon. Mr. Shields, a judge must remain impartial when handing down a verdict. That is why I cannot allow myself to get caught up in my own personal feelings. The person who was present when the murder weapon was discovered and the judge sitting before you now are two completely different people. You're kidding, right? I can only hand down a verdict based upon the evidence that was presented.
Objection!
There is evidence. It's just, well, it's not here right now, but a few minutes, that's all I need. I'll find the evidence and return to court without fail. The prosecution requests a brief recess, Your Honor. The defense would also like a recess, Your Honor. Courtney Pie, please. I understand. I shall grant your request. Well, Justine, darling, aren't you wishy-washy today? This court will now adjourn for a 15-minute recess, during which the prosecution and the defense shall prepare for the resumption of the trial. Understood, Your Honor. Phew, that was a close one. Court is now adjourned. Man, Courtney's really, she's pushing the lawful good thing into lawful stupid territory with what just happened. That was a wacky turn of events. I'm assuming that we're going to have to find the evidence. Let's find out. Didn't we find it together? The evidence! Yes, we certainly did. Oh! What's the matter, Detective? What's the matter, Detective?
It looks like the metal detector is reacting to this alligator.
Oh, that's right, the alligator. Really? Why? Of course, that's why the metal detector reacted. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to take a look at this. The chisel. Wasn't that just the fake murder weapon? Dogan hid this chisel inside his dog's mouth, and the real murder weapon was hidden in very much the same way. The real murder weapon is in the pond inside the alligator. I wonder if it was stolen by someone. Who's that? Oh, hey, it's those guys. Miss Berry and Mr. Keyes, did you come to attend the trial? I came because I heard there's a really fun show around here. So, where is it? The trial for the case I got caught up in was supposed to have already started, but our practice ran a little late. I believe it was somewhere around here, wasn't it? Actually, two key pieces of evidence have gone missing. the chisel, and the knife. The trial is in recess now, sort of like an intermission. You just missed it, Simon. What? What's that supposed to mean? Looks like Simon's going to get arrested again. No way, I can't! I guess Simon's his usual noisy self. Huh? Jesus Christ. And here comes another noisy individual. Now, Franny Pie, let's just take a moment and calm down a bit. Maybe you could put that whip of yours away, huh? What do you say? That foolish prosecutor, when I get my hands on him, my whip is going to give him the thrashing of a lifetime. Miles, why don't you try talking to her? Good grief. On that note, I guess I should probably hear what she has to say. Oh, cool. Can we run around? Yeah, we can run around. Okay, before I do that, I want to talk to all these guys. Okay, looks like you gotten your memories back. Yeah, I'm all better now. Uncle Ray was really worried, you know. Though that other K was also pretty cute. Oh, fucking die. Well then, now that you've recovered, how about a hug for old time's sake? Nope. We need to focus on the trial right now. Yeah, things aren't looking good. Yeah, especially since you stole the fucking evidence. That's my theory anyway. At any rate, we'll have to search for the evidence. But we can't interrupt the trial. Uncle Ray's in a pickle. If only there was someone who could find the evidence for us. That look of expectation on your face has it all. Miles, you still don't have your prosecutor's badge, right? Do you finally feel like following in your father's footsteps? I simply left it in someone else's care. I wasn't stripped of my badge. Furthermore, right now I am unable to follow in my father's footsteps. I see. Well, there's no need to rush your decision. Take all the time you need to determine the path you want to follow. In any case, the door's always open for you at the Edgeworth law offices. Mr. Shields. I guess that was supposed to be more sort of sentimental. Mr. Shields. I don't know, that's... that's hard to do with Edgeworth. What's happening, Simon? Isn't there anything we can do? Well, actually, I just got a great idea. If we put on an animal show inside the courtroom, everyone would be caught up in it. And then, maybe they'd have to delay the trial another day. No way! If we did something like that, I'd get arrested for sure! Nah, you'll be fine. The court's not so cold as to arrest someone for showing everyone a good time. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? I would prefer it if you didn't flagrantly encourage such criminal behavior. Behavior? Criminal behavior, that's better. The courthouse is so much fun. There's even a wild animal tamer here. Why are you German? What happened to me? I'm turning into Franziska von Kama. Oh no! I want to whip everything. Okay, let's try that voice one more time. The courthouse is so much fun. There's even a wild animal tamer here. Man, I don't know what's happening to me today. Sorry, guys. The courthouse is so much fun. There's even a wild animal tamer here. That's gonna have to do. A wild animal tamer? Her showmanship could use some work. But that lady really knows how to handle a whip. Although, in her case, her whip is used to tame humans. What's happening, bailiff? During the recess, no one may enter the courtroom. Really? No one can get in? Like I said, during the recess, no one may enter the courtroom. But if nobody can go in, no one can resume the trial and we'll be stuck in recess forever. No, you're right. We're all doomed! Mr. Edgeworth, Do you like how I pointed that? Did you like how I pointed out that contradiction just now? I don't think you'll gain any useful information by pressing the bailiff. Okay, Franziska, let's talk. Oh, if it isn't former Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Franziska, those who have abandoned the path of a prosecutor do not belong here. Now be a good boy and go home. Figure out what you want to do with your life. Oh, for a second there I thought this was just going to end there. Okay. Still, what are you going to do, Franziska? The recess is only 15 minutes. You're always so calm and collected. Like an anchorman reading off a teleprompter. It makes me sick. I should probably stay classy and avoid a confrontation with her for now. Franziska, I never expected you to end up taking over the prosecution for this case. The bodyguard of the president of Zhengfa, Horace Knightley, was murdered. The defendant is the former warden of the prison, Patricia Rowland. The knife she used as the murder weapon had been prepared as evidence. However, the murder weapon is good. Blah, blah, blah. Jesus. Okay. Red leather, yellow leather, blah 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 blah. Nga nga nga. Wah 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 wah. There. Hopefully I've done enough vocally warming up in the last 10 minutes of this episode that I'll be able to continue. However, the murder weapon has disappeared without a trace. Not only did he abandon his own case, but he also made me look like a fool in court. The next time I see that foolish fool of a prosecutor, I'll whip some backbone into him. I don't mind if you whip some backbone into him, but stop whipping innocent bystanders. If only there was someone who could go search for the evidence for us. Very well, I'll go look for them. Oh, Miles, you'd do that for us? Of course, finding the evidence within 15 minutes will be no easy task. Well, if worse comes to worst, Uncle Ray and Franny Pie will help you stall for time. Until you recover the evidence, we won't let her hand down a verdict. Please do so. Franziska, are you okay with this? You're asking me, Franziska von Karma, to help you out. You'd be better off spending the rest of your life as an anchorman for the local news. Miss von Karma, this is an emergency. We could really use your cooperation. I understand. As acting prosecutor, I, along with that attorney over there, shall continue this trial. Meanwhile, you, the former prosecutor, shall run around and look for the evidence. All for my sake. It's a job that suits you perfectly. I'm glad that you're on board. I'll help out too, because I really don't want to get arrested again. This sounds like fun. Regina wants to tag along too. Alright, that would be helpful. Now then, where should we begin? I think we should go find that person and hear what they have to say. Who should we talk to in order to learn where the evidence went? Gumshoe? He did run away from me, so that kind of makes sense. Huh? That person knows where the evidence is. Okay, guess not. Yes, I believe they should. I don't think they have any connection with it. He's the... whatever. So it wasn't this person. If it's the evidence you're after, we should ask the person who was in charge of... Oh, duh. I'm a moron. Indeed, there's only one person that could be. The flippin' prosecutor. Yes, the person in charge of the evidence was Sebastian de Best. Ah, you mean that rookie prosecutor, right? Got it. I'll leave him to you. Okay. Alrighty. Time for Uncle Ray to have a strategy meeting with the opposing counsel. Just the two of... Midas Edgeworth. You better not keep me waiting, lest you end up like your friend here. Yes, I'll keep that in mind. Franny Pie, wait for me! Then he just slow walks away. Now then, let's help look for Sebastian as well. Oh, hello, Justine. Justy. Ah! Judge Courtney. If it isn't Prosecutor Edgeworth, I hope that all is well. All is not well. Just what was going on in that trial earlier? Okay, there's no need for that. But even though Miss Courtney should know exactly who the culprit is, what made you... In a court of law, the only thing that truly matters is evidence. Whatever my own feelings may be, it should not affect the verdict. So, is this the judge persona of Justine Courtney we're seeing? Cold-blooded and heartless. Cold-blooded and heartless. It's fine if you think of me as such. Even as a judge, she's still this stubborn. Judge Courtney, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you. And what would that be? 2 nights ago, you went to the roof of the Grand Tower. The roof, you say? You met with the president there, correct? The 2 of you were caught on the security camera. Is there some sort of problem with that? Today, the president's body was discovered, very close to the Grand Tower. That's... You understand now, don't you? You're a suspect. What happened between you and the president up on that roof? Nothing. We merely spoke for a few minutes. Once our business was done, I headed straight home. I took the elevator back down alone. Indeed, that was shown on the security camera footage as well. What exactly did you and the president talk about? That... I cannot say. I see. However, I cannot afford to let up just yet. That being the case, I guess my only remaining option is to use that. She is definitely hiding something, and I'm going to draw it out of her. Ooh, logic chess with Justine Courtney. However, that is going to have to wait until the next episode because I don't have enough time left in this episode to get to the bottom of this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next time, we play chess with the Queen. Adios!